Hey guys, Trainer Toll here. We have our hands on the Pokemon Go Plus finally. I'm very, very excited about this. And because I wanted to make sure that you guys got the entire how to set up from A to Z, I haven't even opened mine yet. You can still see it's still taped. So let's dive in and see. My big hope for this thing, for the Plus, is that it's something I can use for just catching like Pidgeys and Weedles and Caterpies and like the kind of stuff that really isn't worth taking out your phone and burning a bunch of battery on. And it would be great if, you know, if I could just tap on this and have that be taken care of. So it does come with, in the bag, the little wrist strap. And then there is the device itself. It is quite a bit smaller than I thought it was going to be. So it's, or I guess scale next to the phone. I mean, it's pretty small, and it's essentially just a button. Nice rubberized button. It's not hard plastic. So you pull that out to activate the battery. Let's see if there's English instructions on here as to what we're supposed to do first. In 52 different languages. Download the Pokemon Go. Open the configuration screen. So, settings. And then you see on settings, there is the Pokemon Go Plus option on there. So that's all I did. I pressed the button once, it lit up, and then you can see the Pokemon Go Plus appeared there on the screen. Bluetooth pairing request, hit yes, and man, this thing has some heft when it vibrates. I mean, it's and now it's so I don't know what that means. Let's see. Let me exit out. Oh, okay. So you can see this line that's drawn to, and it said it failed. So the GPS is wonky. All right. I think we might have to hit the streets to figure out how this sucker works. But that was really easy to pair to the phone. So, and it looks like it works with the phone open and not with the phone open. Let's hit the streets and find out more. Well, we're back. This egg popped up to hatch, so I figured I'd hatch it with you guys. I am underwhelmed. I'm underwhelmed in part because of the frequency of Pokemon fleeing. It also doesn't work with any kind of incense. So if you have an incense on and a Pokemon is standing right next to you, the Go Plus will not acknowledge it in any way. I think there's actually a lured or an incensed Jigglypuff standing at my feet right now. Seal. I'll take Seal. Yeah, so oh, come on. It's going to be one of those, huh? But it did, obviously, as you can see with all these eggs hatching, it did track my movement while I had it locked in my pocket, which was really good. But as soon as these eggs, oh man. So I'm in the process of doing a study for Sylph Road, which involves hatching eggs all from the same Pokestop. So the first step in that process is to clear out all the eggs. Okay, good. But this is a good indication that it does work to hatch eggs in your pocket, and that alone, I think, is a very, very valuable feature. Come on. Come on. All right. I'll take it. You can tell I get a bunch of my eggs downtown because Mankey. Are you done? Oh, and Snorlax found a candy. Look at that. So again, if you wanted proof that the Plus does track your egg distance and will hatch eggs for you and buddy system and all that works. However, one of the problems that I was having, and of course a lot of it's going to be pushed down now, but so we'll start at the Paris. Paris was caught. Rattata ran away. So if this thing struggles with Rattata, I didn't encounter any Pidgeys while I was out. It does a great job spinning Pokestops. It will vibrate twice, and the little thing will light up, and then you push the button, and it will vibrate once for each item you receive from a Pokestop. If it actually finds a Pokemon, it kind of goes ballistic, and it vibrates a lot. And then you press the button, and it goes 1, 2, 3, if you caught it. Otherwise, it'll go 1, red, 1, 2, red, or just red, meaning that it broke out on the first throw. A lot of stuff got away. So that Paris was caught. Ekans ran away. Ekans was caught. Growlithe ran away. Ekans was caught. Venonat was caught. Venonat ran away. Mankey was caught. Abra ran away. I think that's from before this test. But, so I would say it has about a 50% flea rate right off the bat. So that's something to keep in mind if you're going somewhere that, you're not having your phone out, then, you want to, you definitely want to be careful, because if something rare pops up, it's just going to throw a Pokeball. No curveball, no finesse of any kind. And let's see here. It doesn't say how much experience you got from each of those, but let me see if I can. Yeah, the GPS. The wonderful thing about working in an office building is that the GPS is not always your friend. It's gonna misbehave. But anyway, vibrates twice for a Pokestop, goes absolutely crazy for a Pokemon. But again, without a curveball, I'm level 32, so that could be part of the problem. It's just that for me to catch common Pokemon, the game gets a lot harder. So it could be that if you were level 1, if this had come out at launch and we've been walking around with this, it would have had a much, much higher success rate. So catching Pokemon aside, if you're interested in spinning Pokestops, in getting egg and buddy distance, which are all 3 very, very cool things, it's just the actual Pokemon catching part. It's not doing any kind of special flourish or great ball or curve ball or anything like that. So you're not going to, so something's happening. So I spun that, and it vibrated 3 times. And it's doing it again, so Pokemon in range. You can see it's pointing at the one, and it works open and closed. You can lock your phone. Now that I've said that it's a terrible catch chance, it's going to be. Okay, so the Paris was caught. So it's not terrible. It just, because it can't curve ball, because you can't anything like that, you don't know what, you don't know what it is unless you have the app open at the same time. Okay, so here's a great example is that, I've got this little Pidgey right here. Nothing is happening because the Pidgey is on the incense. So maybe they will fix that, maybe they won't. But one of the things I find kind of interesting about that is that, I don't recommend using apps like Pokemesh or, Pokevision and those types of things. You can get in trouble for doing that. However, purely as an observation, those tools cannot pick up. All right, so you picked it up. You got in range. Now come on, light up. See, so he's technically in range. Nope, went out of range. So you have to stay in range for a certain amount of time before it triggers too, which is not as good as spinning it manually. I think in a future video I'm going to do some car tests to see about whether or not there's a speed lock. But so I have to click on this Pidgey manually, and nothing is happening whatsoever here. So anything to do with we're going to have that problem. All right, so I'm glad I have it. I'm definitely disappointed. I'm disappointed that things like Pidgeys and Rattatas can still flee from a device that you pay $34 for, especially considering that the game itself is supposed to be free. All right, so it's got in range of that Pokestop. Still nothing. Now I can tap on it, and I can spin it manually, but it did not trigger, in the session here with the, it's saying it's not lit up. Finding, click the button on the Go Plus. So apparently your Go Plus can randomly go to sleep and disconnect itself. Other interesting thing to note, there is no USB port on here. So this uses a watch battery, which I think is probably not something Niantic would have done, but it's something that Nintendo did do. Granted, I don't know what the battery life is on this yet. Nobody knows, but having to unscrew it to open it up to put a new battery in, it just seems kind of old school compared to all the lithium batteries and little things like that where we could have plugged this into USB to charge, especially because everyone's walking around with their backup batteries for their phones as it is. So I know I sound crazy disappointed in this thing. I think it's just at level 32, it is rarer and rarer to catch, Pidgeys without doing a curveball and whatnot, and a lot of Pidgeys and that kind of thing do still flee. So, having this device not able to do any kind of those curveballs or anything like that, basically it's just throwing a Pokeball and some sort of math to figure out whether or not, you catch it. So I'm really good at throwing curveballs, so, the catch chance could have been better. But, it's nice to know that I can, have this out in my hand, be walking down the street and just kind of holding it like someone's clicking in for people attending a conference or something like that. Just click, click, click whenever it vibrates. Though it does vibrate a little loud. So when it does go off, it would be, okay, so it's found something, but it's found something and the phone app is not showing anything. So I press the button, 1, 2, no. What's it doing? Does the journal say anything? I don't know what just happened. So there was a Mankey that never showed up on the phone, but did show up in the Pokemon Plus, and the Mankey ran away. It's brand new. It just came out. Maybe they'll improve the catch chance, but I definitely just lost 50% of the Pokemon that I tried to catch with it. So a lot of people are saying, well, let's wait for the Apple Watch app and whatnot, but the Apple Watch app does not actually have a throw mechanic. It only notifies you, and then you have to take your phone out and catch it. So the whole idea, the goal behind the Plus, is that you would walk around and it would do the catching for you. So, we'll see if they make any changes to it. If not, hey, if you enjoyed the video, do subscribe for more Pokemon Go tips. I'm definitely going to give this guy some more mileage and, see if the flea chance continues. I might actually create a second account, just to screw around and see if at level 1 or 2 maybe it doesn't have that same problem. But I don't know that I care, because if it doesn't help me at 32, I don't know that it's much good. But do let me know in the comments what your success rate is if you've picked one up yet. And again, if you like the video, please click like and subscribe. It actually helps us out a ton, believe it or not. And we'll keep bringing you guides. Thanks.